الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So we continue the Tajweed Lab. We are on book 2. Actually, we finished all the topics, so I'm going to just go over it as a revision, inshallah. So the rules of Nun Sakin and Tanween, there are 4 rules. Idhar, which is Nun, we have to pronounce Nun clearly. Usually it is codified by this sukun over the Nun, and then the Tanween will be like this. The Dhammatain. Fathatain will be equally placed, and then kasratain also. And then we have idgham. The letters of idgham are ya, ra, mim, lam, waw, nun, yarmalun letters, which should be following the nun sakin or tanwin. And then we have iqlab, which concerns the letter ba. And then ikhfa would be all the other letters. We have 2 kinds of ikhfa: light ikhfa, when the letter is light, and heavy ikhfa, when the letter following nun sakin or tanwin is heavy. And then we went over the rules of mim sakin. We have ikhfa shafawi, which is mim that is followed by the letter ba. Idgham shafawi, total merging, when mim is followed by mim, and usually there would be a shadda. And then idhar shafawi, all the other letters. And we will see in the Quran it will be mim and the sign of sakin. Then we saw the rules of nun and mim mushaddat. We said that we have to apply ghunna akmal, which means that whenever we have nun shadda or mim shadda, we have to stay longer on those 2 letters. And then lam qamariya. What is lam qamariya? It is lam of alif lam, the article alif lam in Arabic, where the lam is clearly has a sakin on top and clearly pronounced al. But the lam shamsiya, we don't pronounce the lam. Rather, we go from a to the letter after lam. Okay, so the lam will be silent. We call that lam shamsiya. And then the letters of qalqala. Qalqala means we have to bounce on those letters. It should sound. There should be a sound of an echo. So those letters are qaf, ta, ba, jim, and the letter dal. And then here we have the mudud. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mudud that we studied. The first one is the natural mad, which is also called mad tabi'a. It is the mad where we have to pull just 2 counts. The letters for this mad is alif maddiya, waw maddiya, and ya maddiya. And then mad muttasil, which means it is a mad that we pull because of a hamza following, right? So, and it is inside one word. And then we have mad munfasil, which is due to hamza also, but in 2 separate words. Okay. Then we have mad badal. Mad badal, we have originally it is 2 hamza together. So we just have to pull. Whenever I have to pull an alif, hamza, I just call it mad badal. Then we have mad arid li sukun. This is a mad because of a temporary sukun. Why temporarily? Because when we are reading and we stop on that letter, we give it a sukun because of stopping. For example, in Fatiha, alamin, so sukun, and un, sukun. So this pulling, which is 4 or 2, 4 or 6 counts, is called mad arid li sukun. We find it at the end of ayahs, or even in the middle of an ayah if we stop on those kind of letters. Then we have mad al-lin. This is for yalin and waw nun. So when I stop here, I give a sukun. So khair, or for example here khawf. So those 2. it looks like the arid sukun, but this is isolated because it is a lean letter, so we call that maddul lean. And then mad lazim, which is codified this way. Okay, so we said there are two: mad lazim kalami inside a word, and mad lazim harfi, which is the huruf al-mutqatta'a in the beginning of certain surahs in the Quran. And then the heavy and the light letters. Heavy letters, we have the letter kha, sad, dad, ta, dha, qaf, and ra when it has fatha or dhamma. All the other letters are pronounced light. Okay, so this is all for this book. The sign, I'm just going over quickly the signs of stopping, and we'll be done with this one. The sign of stopping in the Quran. Okay, let me just zoom in here. Oh, before I go in here, about the heavy letters also. The lam of Ismu Jalala, of the name of Allah, is also, we have that rule here. Those are all rules of Ra. Okay. So lam of Allah is pronounced light when it is preceded by a letter that has kasra. And when we have fatha, we pronounce it heavy. When we have, fatha, yeah, heavy, and dhamma also, we pronounce it heavy. Okay. And the heaviness here, they point out the heaviness of the mudud letters. But this one we don't have to worry because it comes naturally. If I have a heavy letter and then I have a mad, طالة, I cannot make it light. I cannot say طالة. No, I have to keep the heaviness while I'm doing the alif maddiya. Mala, this is light, and qala, always heavy. Never I say qala. No, I don't make it light for the mad letter. So this is what is being said. And ra is heavy for fatha and dhamma, but when it has kasra, it is left light. Okay, let's go back to the stopping signs. So in your mushaf, you will see certain signs where we are allowed or not allowed to stop. So let's review those signs. Okay. So whenever I see a meme above, I must stop. This is compulsory stop. Okay. Waqful lazim, the meme. Okay, must stop. Qaf lam, the preference is to stop. Okay, al waqf awla, meaning it is preferable to stop. Okay, qaf lam. Sad lam, it is preferred to continue. If I have this above in between two words, it's better that I continue. Jim, the reciter has the choice to either stop or continue. Okay, so this is not, we can stop here or continue depending on the breath. And those two signs, we do have that in the beginning of Surah Baqarah. The reciter can stop at either of the points, but not at both. So if I stop in here, I have to pass this one. I have to ignore or cancel this one. But I may jump this one and stop at the second sign, and this is okay. But I cannot stop here and then stop here and then continue later. This would not be correct. Then we have the sign lam alif above a word, at the end of a word, meaning it is not permissible for me to stop. If I stop here, I may change the meaning, the intended meaning in the ayah. Okay, and then we have this sign. It is obligatory for the reciter to pause. So how it shows, you just stop without taking your breath. Okay, for all the other sign, I stop. I can say, I can take back my breath, but sakta, I cannot. This sign is called sakta. I cannot stop. I stop, like, for example, let's imagine it is here. Okay, it is obligatory for the reciter to pause. I don't take my breath here. But I didn't have this, I stopped here. It is obligatory for the reciter to pause. I cannot do that for sakta. I cannot take my breath. Okay. And then the last sign is sajda. So usually there would be a sign that way. Okay. Depending on the Quran actually. But it's quite visible. And it will be underlined. You will see a line under the ayah where we have to perform a sujood. Okay. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, we completed this book. So I encourage you for this lesson. So this was the exercise for last video, for the last recording. So page 36. And then for this recording, you need to apply this. Find the rules of Ra, then read the words. So send me the recording for this. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, we go over the book 3. So book 3, I have two main topics. We have the Makharij and then the Sifa. The Makharij and all those are the Sifa. So I will go really quick. Let's see how much we can cover for the Makharij. So I let you read all the technicality here, all the explanation. I just want to focus on the pronunciation where the letter are emitted. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, waw maddiya, waw mad, alif mad, and ya mad. When you pronounce, there's no particular point inside the mouth where you have to press or put your tongue or shaping for those 3 letters. That's why it is emitted from the empty space in the throat and the mouth, al-jawf. Okay, when I say the sound flowing, there's no point. I cannot point or it comes from here or I have to stop it here. No, it just go out. Or ooh or e. Okay, for e sound we can feel a bit of vibration here, e, up on the tongue here. Okay, that's it for this one. I encourage you to read this page. I will not go over because I want to cover all the letters today. Okay, then we have the throat letters. We have first we start with 3 letters. The aha, it is really deep. Aha, aha. It's like it comes from your chest. Aha, aha. Just remember him. It's him. Okay. And then we have no, aha and Hamza. Hamza also is the same. Hamza, you can feel you close something in your throat. You close a part of your throat. So when you close it is the same place you push for the ha sound, very deep. Okay, and then a bit up, but still not inside the mouth. A bit up, we have ain. We should feel here moving, ain, and ha, like her. It's her. Okay, this ha sound. Okay, and ein. Okay, it's like I'm choking myself. I try to push my throat backward. I mean, this part I am pushing a bit behind. Ein. Okay, and then a bit up. Roin. So this is very deep. Still, it's not inside the mouth, but it's really at the beginning, very deep behind. Roin and ha sound. Ha. Okay, it's a bit dry sound. Ha. Okay. Ra. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Now the letter qaf. So you see we are moving up a little bit. So qaf is on the soft palate. If you touch up, you will see above your tongue, the palate, we have a hard palate and then the soft one, which is closer to the throat. We call that the deepest part. So this is the point of emission for qaf. Qaf. So the back of our tongue should touch that part. Okay. Qaf. Qa, qa. Okay. And then kaf. So the tongue goes up, touching the hard palate. Okay. Not the soft one. It should not be deep. Ka, qaf. No. If you go deep, it will sound this one. Qaf. And so a bit in front. Kaf. Kaf. And remember, this is a heavy letter. So your tongue is already raised. Qaf. And this one, kaf. Simple, like K. Then we have the letter ya. Ya. Okay. Try to pronounce yi. Yi. You will see the tongue goes up here and wants to meet the roof of the mouth. Yi. Ya. Yi. You. Okay. So this is the point of emission for the letter ya. Sheen, a bit it's not far from this one. It's the same actually. It's still in the middle of the throat, the tongue. I mean, this is a tongue letter. Sheen, sha, she, shu, sha, she, shu, and see how your tongue go up. Not as much as ya. Ya is more closed, but the she, it should be a bit down. Sha, shi, shu. Then we have the letter jim. And jim in Arabic is very dry. We cannot say jim. Do you hear the sound? The she sound. I should not put this sound inside. Jim. No, this is wrong. Jim. Very dry. Jim. Okay. Ja, ji, ju. Not ja, ji, ju. This is wrong. So ja, keep it very dry and very strong. Ja, ji, ju, aj. Okay. Next, lam, light lam. So lam is the front edge of the tongue. Okay. Make sure you use the edge. Okay. Which should be touching the gum of the front two upper incisors for the light one actually. Yeah. Lam, la, li, lu. Okay. But when it is heavy, what is going on? The back of the tongue going up. Okay. La, Allah. Okay. So I should dip my tongue. If I see the picture here, this is quite flat and here there's a dip. La. Simple as that. Then the letter dad. For this one, I have to see you, but I think we talked about that a bit. So it uses a lot of part of the tongue, okay? So, but I have to leave the front part out, okay? So starting normally in the middle. La, li, lu, okay? La, li, lu, okay? It's like I'm saying this letter da, but using just the side of my tongue. And then noon, noon. This is easy. The tip of my tongue should touch the gum of the front two incisors. Noon. But something else is happening for noon. The sound goes inside the nasal cavity. That's what we call ghunna. And then the letter ra, ra. So the tongue, actually this is too close to the to outside of mouth. It should be a bit behind. Although if you don't do that, it will sound a bit light. Ra, no, ra, ra. Should really go behind. Okay, ra heavy and ra like for re, okay, and ra. So the tongue is like it is touching this part, going a little bit back, a little bit. Well, while we are pronouncing, the tongue should like lick here, ra, ra, okay. And then we have ta and dal, same makharij. So the tongue, the top of the tip, so it is the top, not just the tip. So a larger part than the tip of the tongue should touch the gum behind the teeth here. Ta. So make sure not say ta, no s sound, no ta, ti, tu, no h sound. Ta, don't push air. Ta, ti, tu, control, and don't make a s sound. And same for da, di, do. It should be dry, not da, di, do. Don't push. Okay, simple for dal and ta. So it is the same makhraj as ta actually, but the difference, I have just to raise the back of my tongue. Ta, ta, ta. Also dry, not ta. No. Next, the letter Zai and Sin. So this is like in English actually, it's simple. It is the S and the Z. So the way you pronounce it, there's nothing. You just leave your tongue relaxed here and then you pronounce. Za, Zi, Zu, and Sa, Si, Su, naturally, no pressure. But this one, you have to press, okay? So first, elevate the back of the tongue because it's a heavy letter, and then push for this letter. So, sod, sod, okay? So, see? There should be a lot of pressure in getting this letter. In contrary for sin, this is so simple. Si, sa, si, su, so, si, su. You see? Have to blow more and more pressure here. And then dal. Make sure the tip of the tongue is in between the two incisors, upper and down, right, in middle of the teeth. So for both letters, same. The, fa. So this is easy, like I think in English. And the. It's like pronouncing Z, but I have my tongue out. Not really out, not out of the lips, but out in between the teeth. Okay. And then the letter Va. Same makhraj for Dal. The difference, I have just to elevate the back of the tongue. Va. Va. So for this also, the tip of the tongue is a bit out. Not out of the lips, but in between the teeth. Okay. And then we have the letter Fa. So what's going on with Fa? I have to put my upper teeth on the back of on the in the inner of the bottom lip. Okay. Fa, fi, fu. Okay. And the letter Wow, I'm using the shape of my mouth for that. I start ooh. I start the shape like ooh. Wow. Wa. Wa. So the starting point is tongue out. No, I mean lips out. The starting point for wow. Lips out. So we circle the lips. Then the letter ba. So this is simple. We close the two lips together and then we release. And we have to put more pressure for this one. Ba. Okay? But mim is very simple. Ma, mi, mu. There's a bit more pressure for ba than ma. And then nasal cavity. We have two letters that are using this makhraj also. So noon is using this part we talked about, and the sound flows also inside the nasal cavity. Same for meme. I close my lips. Ma, mi, mu. If I close my nose, it will sound it. I cannot do the whole meme. Okay, so those two letters have two makharij inside the mouth and also in the nasal cavity. Okay, so here is a long exercise. If you go through the whole lesson, I advise you to read especially the mistakes that is done, and then we will discuss inshallah live if you have the opportunity. And I advise you also to fill out all the exercise. It's not difficult. It might seem a lot, but it's not. Oh wow, okay, 5 pages. Do as much as you can, and then we will try to correct it. So I will leave the sifa in another video because this is really a big topic. Yeah, so that would be for next time inshallah, and then we'll be done with the book 3. Okay, we end here. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.